Okay, you guys are now live on YouTube.
Thanks, Krista. Oh, I got 1 minute to. It's 8 o'clock. I'll call the transit committee meeting to order. We'll do roll call. See everyone's present except for Richard Johnson. Approval of minutes. Yeah, Robin.
I have one correction. I was at last month's meeting.
I have a correction as well.
Okay, we'll make that change there, Robin. Okay, Darren.
Yeah, second correction, part D, section 2, should be November 21, not November 6.
So noted. Any others?
Move to approve as amended.
Second.
Motion been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, everybody in favor? Aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Motion passes. I guess we'll go to John.
Can everybody hear me? Dolly
Yes.
Dolly Catlin is no longer with us, so I have Austin Witt, our operations manager, kind of filling in for her. So I'm going to kind of let him touch base on the staff reports, and then I'll jump back in at the end. So go ahead, Austin.
Morning, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Morning.
Okay,
Welcome.
good. Past 4 weeks, just give you a little update on where we're at. Our quarterly drug testing, updated roster, with a lot of new people coming in. Over the past few months, I got an updated roster of what they had on file, and there's more people that weren't here than were here. So we got all that taken care of and up to date. We have 6 current drivers. Kind of a cool thing is 5 of them are veterans, being Veterans Day today. And we're currently having Pi interview for another dispatcher because one of our main drivers, Pearl, is dispatching 2 days a week, which is putting us down a driver those days. And then I'm covering dispatching while she's out on the road. So, but everything is getting filled and it's working good with what we have right now. Wheelchair securement class coming up for some of our new drivers, supposed to be this week with lack of attendance. We're pushing that back to the second week in December when things are a little bit calmed down too, with Stout going into break on the 12th. A couple of our new drivers will be enrolled in that. A big thing that our whole focus on this fall was ridership and knowing we'd have enough capacity. There's a very happy medium in there with keeping everybody safe and still not having, enough buses on the road with us being at half capacity. That was a big concern with Stout and some of our other routes. And so far it's been, yes, the negative is ridership has been down, but we have been able to keep up with what we have with buses on the road without having to put more out there. So that's been great. And everything's been running pretty smoothly here. And other than that, does anybody have any questions for myself or our team here? Sounds good.
I'm just going to add to what Austin had to say there on the capital projects there. We did sign the contract with Xcel Energy for the 3-phase power. So as soon as that invoice clears, then Excel has got us on the schedule, and then they're going to start the work. And it looks like we're going to probably be able to beat the frost with what the long-term forecast comes. So if we can get that plowed in and at least up and out of the ground into the meter socket, we should be well ahead of the game for winter. And then the rest of it would be indoor work, and we can proceed with the charging stations. So any other questions on our monthly staff report?
Yeah, what happened to Dolly?
Her and the county parted ways. It's a personnel matter, so I won't
Okay,
go into
that's
detail
fine.
on that. But yep, she departed Dunn County here last Wednesday. So
Okay, thank you.
yep. Any other questions?
Looks like it's going to be a short meeting then.
Yes. And then Randy, I think we can go on to the actions by the commission, which there is none. So I'll turn it back over to you.
Well, there are no actions. No resolutions or ordinances. That's all we have for a meeting, unless if you have more questions, anyone.
You might set a record with this one.
That's what I was going to say. I hope the highway starts before 8:30 now.
With the COVID thing, it's just with everything kind of shut down and grinding to a halt, there isn't that much activity going on besides our normal operations, and we're really not starting that many new projects. So it's kind of just muddle through and carry on with normal operations. So there's a lot of times there's nothing interesting happening.
Sounds good. Well, I'd just like to say thanks, Austin, to step up and welcome to the team, and hope things go smoothly for you.
Thank you.
Otherwise, I guess we can adjourn the meeting. If there's nothing else.
I would throw out just a quick question. I know you guys are working on that Communities to Connect grant. We're looking potentially at bringing in somebody as a grants manager. So if it needs any support down the road, we might be able to pony up some hours. So I thought I'd throw that out. And we're also in the midst of applying for a transportation technology grant to train folks into CDL and transport drivers. So it might just be of interest to this group as that comes to fruition. It's about $850,000. So and Dunn County will be fairly represented in that. So I just wanted to mention those two things.
All right. Is there anything
Perfect.
else? Otherwise, the meeting is adjourned.
You,
Thank you. Goodbye, all.
Hi, folks.
Thank you.
stay
Have a
well.
good day.
The highway.
Have a good one.
So I guess we have a procedural question since it's announced at 8:30.
Do we need to wait till 8:30?
That's what I'm wondering.
I just want to throw it out there that I did have a couple of calls because of the ATV routes. You wanted to know what time the highway meeting started, so it's
Yeah,
8:30. But
it's noticed for 8:30. You're gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
Okay,
So-
I'm gonna stop the live stream then and then restart it at 8:30.
Sounds like a good plan.